Dweebs, we have finally arrived. I apologize. The little engine that could not tonight. And we're lucky she's running right now. But we have made it. Kev, how are we doing, my friend?
Whoo, we did it. We made it. Happy Tuesday, gang. What a wild weekend it's been for me last 4 days. Pretty intense over here, James, doing a lot of work, getting it in. I'm very excited to finally be able to talk with all of you about everything we've been storing up for the weekly Dweeb. So apologies to those who missed us on Monday. I had uncle duties. So, you know, when duty calls, first birthday parties only come around, every
One
so
time.
often. Yeah, one time if you're the person, if you're the celebrator. So yeah, I had to get some family time in. Had a very busy weekend. We can get into that boring stuff later. I did some pretty cool things. But how are you doing, my good sir? And shout out to everybody in chat.
In the chat, yes, I see all you guys there. Sleek, Headbug, we appreciate you. Headbug, thank you for staying up late and joining us tonight. A whole day late. Which time zone is the start button in? I couldn't find it. So there's that. No idea what was going on with my computer. She lost her fucking mind. But we have made it. We're here. Kangaloope, you're not late. I was late. Kangaloope's on time. Kangaloope's on time. Before we get in the show, Kev, we had a big festival, arts and crafts festival here in town this weekend. My sister, mom came in, and we went to first place we stopped at was just some kind of bullshit flea market stuff. I was like, this is going to be dumb. And my sister goes, I think you might want this. I'm going to show you something. This is what she grabbed.
Oh,
Pokemon Trainer's Guide. This is the Pokemon Yellow version. See if I can get that there. It's tough to do.
Ooh.
So the Pokemon Yellow Trainer's Guide. My find of the week.
Hell yeah. Look at that, dude.
Fucking throwback to a different era, man. Like
now you just get a little
pretty good shape.
Get a little collage going back there behind you. Actually, that might be worth some money on its own.
It only cost me $10, and I looked on eBay, and you can buy them on there for $20. So I was like, that's wild. Hey. I have the Pokemon Yellow game still for Game Boy Color.
Ooh, never mind. Don't flip it. I guess you're keeping that bad boy.
Which guy you starting with? That's the chart is crazy. Like that's so ingrained in my head now.
That's just look at that. Look at corporate America and or Japan just preparing you for an endless life of spreadsheet work. Look at that.
Yeah, like it's pretty fucking cool. It is in pretty solid shape. Pretty solid. That is shape. Pretty cool. This is a different era. They don't make these no more. They don't make guides no more. You know, none of that.
No, you just gotta listen to a YouTube video.
The artwork is so fucking cool.
Dang, dude, they did put significantly more effort. Look at this. See, it's right back into the same old complaint. Look at how much more effort was put into. Is it 3 minutes?
Yeah.
That's a fucking Game Boy game.
Yeah, Game Boy Color game. This is 65 pages. Now there's probably 10 or so here at the end that are like the Pokedex with like half the people in there. But look at Pikachu. Look at that motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time an $80 current gen game gave you that much in its little booklet?
Hire artists. They're running artists out, fucking hiring fucking AI and bullshit. Oak's Memo. This is fucking dope. This is a simpler time, Kev. Simpler time.
So now we got to get you an adapter. So we got some Pokemon Yellow streams coming.
I might need to. But that's the find of the week, folks. Thought that was pretty cool. Pretty dope.
That's a big win right there.
That is a good one. Okay, Kev. Got a lot of random shit to talk about this week. First one I want to bring up, while I know there's a bunch of people in the chat here. I told you to specifically not look into this one, okay?
Yep.
Bandai Namco reportedly is sending staff to expulsion rooms where they have nothing to do after canceling multiple games. Okay, so they get, if their game they're working on gets canceled, they're sending them to expulsion rooms. So Bandai Namco, backstory is they are cutting workforce because games haven't been selling, right? Kind of a problem in video game industry right now.
So they're sending them to the gulag for their failure, sounds like.
They've moved about 200 of their roughly 1,300 employees to expulsion rooms, and nearly 100 of them have resigned.
What is an expulsion room? What in the 1984 is? It sounds like Saturday school. Sounds like something a young Kev was forced to do often because he could never keep his mouth shut.
The report alleges that Bandai Namco is sending workers to Adachi Baya or expulsion rooms where they're given nothing to do. The reason behind this is Japan has very strict labor protection laws, and it's harder to lay off or cut people than places like America. The point of this expulsion room is this is a common practice apparently. So this is not just them that have done this. It's used by companies to drive workers, staff to become so disheartened that they resign voluntarily and then thus are ineligible for severance packages.
Oh, wow. Who would have thought that Japan would find a way to somehow undercut America in its corporate stoogery? That is diabolical.
There's no organization like an Odashi Beiyu at Namco Bandai Studios. How about that?
That it's a war crime.
Yeah, Harles, it's essentially sensory deprivation. So they're canceling games because they're not selling. Nobody wants them. Who knows? They're probably making an Acolyte video game. Who fucking knows? People are dumb. They don't know what we want. And these people that don't have anything to do, they're just sending them into a room and just letting them stay there.
Yeah,
which not fucking wrong.
As multiple chatters are pointing out, is not allowed in war, but apparently you can do it to your own employees. And I thought at-will work states were kind of a joke. Could you imagine if your boss could just put you in detention until you decide you want to quit? Although, joke's on you, I would finally finish my screenplay. How many of us would finally finish that project if we were told you got to sit in this room and you're not allowed to do your job? I'd be like, hell yeah, brother. I don't know, right?
Headbug,
Joker 3.
There's no report on the conditions other than they're just nothing there. Yeah, so if they're smart like Kev, they would work on some other things, but I don't know if you're going to your 8-hour job and like I wish my job would send me to a fucking expulsion.
I know, like I would love to like put me in any room for an hour. Just make sure my phone can't come with me, you know? Just
yeah, I don't know like what this like can they take anything or do I just have to go in there and sit with you? Or am I by myself? Like Headbug says, am I just in a closet and I'm just chilling, just hands on my like I'm like you're in the corner, just hands on your legs, just staring?
How do I put my clients in an expulsion chamber? That's what I want to know. Like, hey, listen, you really shouldn't have called me about this. I'm putting you in timeout. All right, you're not allowed to call me for a week. I mean, I think we're all looking at this maybe the wrong way. We might want to embrace this and say, hey, boss, you ever run out of things for me to do? Just put me in timeout so I can finally start drawing my own comic book, you know, or whatever it is.
Yeah, I know shit. Kangalop, I read this as this was last Thursday, and I was like, oh my God. But no, this was in 2022.
Oh my God.
God, that scared the shit out of me. I thought that was now, and I was like, are you kidding? Of all the times for us to joke about this?
A 1-day severance package. Wow.
There's corporate layoffs going on where I work, and you get 1 week for every year you've been there.
Woo.
Severance package is like a joke. 1 day, like King, that is fucking so stupid.
So gross, honestly.
That's disgusting. Like corporate America fucking, if we don't talk about it enough, fuck it sucks.
That's our real agenda, guys. That's the real. We're just here. We're
here to tear down, to tackle corporate America.
It's all a ruse.
It's all a fucking ruse.
But goddamn, that is brutal.
I wonder if we got it all wrong. That's like cryopods.
They'll thaw them when the game stonks are up again.
I want some right now. The way my current life is going, I want to be locked in a room to sit with my thoughts.
And Kang says this was a small business. That was what I was going to say. We always rip on corporate America. I have worked at many a small company. I think the problem is the kind of people that want to be CEOs are usually the last people that should ever be CEO for the betterment of their employees and humanity at large. And even small businesses, at least in this country, kind of fucking suck. Everybody's trying to screw you over. The best way to not get screwed over is to, I guess, just be your own boss. And with that in mind, please like and subscribe. Thank you.
It's the only chance we got. It's the only chance we got.
It was all an ad for our future Patreon. Thank you, Kang. No, checks in the mail, Kang. No,
whatever you do, don't sit alone with my thoughts.
We'll send you a 1-day severance package. God damn, that's brutal. Fuck that company, man. God.
Brutal. Everybody sucks. I agree, Headbug. The world's full of a bunch of filthy, sliming assholes.
This is what happens. And imagine if we'd have done the show on a Monday. How much of a downer would we have been if we'd have done this show on a Monday?
At least tomorrow's Wednesday.
I
would agree, Kanglope, but some people inherit money or have money and try.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, I've worked for some people that I wouldn't let hold my spot in the kitchen line for an hour. I wouldn't trust them to run a lemonade stand, but somehow they're signing my checks. It's a crazy world. That was one of the biggest glass breaking moments for me, James, as an adult, was you get to a point where you realize, like as a kid, you just think adults know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. They're smart.
No, they don't.
And then you get old. You're like, dude, everybody's a fucking idiot. Half these people haven't even grown up. They're still running around like teenagers. It's crazy 100%. To me.
It's crazy.
70.
Crazy.
Tantrums and shit. It's crazy.
Crazy. Fucking Jerry Jones threw one last week. Like everybody's it's crazy. What makes this wilder, okay? So they are laying off all these people, right? Or sending them to, not laying them off, just making them sit in an expulsion room until their brain quits on them, until they can't handle it no more. I don't know how long I'd lasted one, by the way. I'd be scared. To make it wilder, so they're laying off people because they're canceling games, underselling, not hitting sales numbers correct, et cetera, et cetera. Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero comes out last week, right? Huge, a lot of hype for this game. Gotten very good reviews. Sold 3 million copies in 24 hours.
24 copies, you said?
3 million in 24 hours.
In 24 hours. Wow, that's a lot. You probably could afford to pay a few people to let them out of the choky.
It's the sequel. It's the first sequel to the Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series in 15 years.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, it's a big one, but it sold 3 million in 24 hours. It is
those games are badass
on Steam. Yes, they are. I'm interested in this game. Blew past every Dragon Ball game ever on Steam for concurrent players. Concurrent peak was 122,000, which put it in comparison, like Street Fighter 6 had a peak of 70,000, so it's fucking 50,000 more. I think Metacritic had it scored pretty high. Let me take a gander.
Hey, James, all I'm hearing is people are going to have a great new game to play in the Expulsion room.
Yeah, exactly. Are they going to have that? Can you play it in there?
They're going to have to do something. It's either that or people are going to start doing it in there soon enough,
That's where I wonder if it's just
that's
like
the way they
single
should fight
cubicle,
against corporate.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, who you going to fire me now, boss? Now what? Your move.
82 overall on Metascore on Metacritic. User score 8.8. So it's pretty fucking pretty good. Pretty good score. Expulsion. What is up, Stu? Stu is here. He was here about on time today at 10. I saw it. I just missed it. If you like this and you like your eggheads that don't show up on time ever because we can't do shit, please like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. We are on our way to 135. Two away. Kev, other big Dragon Ball news is Dragon Ball Daima, Daima. The series premiered last week. I don't know much about the show other than they're little kids again, so they must get some crazy spell put on them. They turn into little kids. Are you interested? I guess. Big news, big Dragon Ball week. Are you interested in either of these, the new series or the game?
I'll start with the new series because we'll get the bad news out of the way first. No, I did not enjoy it the first time. They turned Goku into a child and had him running around with Videl and a young Trunks who was somehow not the same Trunks that had come back. This one was like a nerd, dude. He was like a nerd. Because remember Drunk History?
Okay, so let's talk about this. What Dragon Ball shows have you watched? Let's go there. So I've watched Dragon Ball Z. I watched a ton as a kid.
Yep, I've watched Dragon Ball to some extent. I've watched all of Z. So the Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz era, the Mr. Piccolo on
probably
the
best
Mechian
one.
era. I've watched the Cell saga, the Android saga, and then I don't think I've seen GT, and it was not good. But I've played almost all of the games, so I know all of the story. And that's what's funny to me. Before I realized it was a Budokai Tenkaichi sequel, which has by far and away been the best DBZ games ever, I was going to make a joke about how do they keep getting away with making new games when the content never changes. Like for me personally, the fourth or fifth time I played through the entire story, I didn't want to do it anymore. Like why would you even play Xenoverse 2? How could it have been really any different from the first? How many different times can you go and just play through the same 5 seasons of television that you loved as a kid? I hit my limit, but if I remember Tenkaichi 2, one of the reasons it was so popular was it had like the most expansive roster and just so much more depth than the rest of the games usually provide. And whereas Xenoverse, you're creating your own little time traveling dude to run around. This you would actually be. So I don't know. I would be interested. I don't know that I will buy it at full price to pay it. In another point in time, I might have, but the show, no, I'm good, dude. Although, is that Oob as a kid there?
No, I think that's
who's that? No, that's not Oob. Who is that?
That's not Oob.
That's a Kai. That's one of the Kais.
Yeah, it's one of the Kais. Yeah. So I've watched bits and pieces of Dragon Ball. I've watched Z up until the Majin Buu saga, and then I've watched bits and pieces after. I've always meant to finish it. Sleek, I've never watched Super. I've heard Super's awesome. Kind of one of those things that's on my list, and I don't know if I'll ever get to it, but it'd be cool if I did. There was a Dragon Ball Z game that came out for the Wii that I played the fucking piss out of. And this game reminds me of it a ton, and now I'm like, I kind of fucking want to play this game. Let me see.
If it's a sequel to that series, I think it will be good.
It's a sequel to the Tenkaichi series, which has been not made in 15 fucking years, which is crazy.
It is pretty wild considering how successful it was. While you pull those up, we've got some questions. Sleek asks if we've talked about Joker 2 Electric Boogaloo yet. A little bit here and there. I still haven't watched it. I've
I haven't
heard
watched it
all
either.
of the bad things about it. So yeah, we haven't really done a deep dive yet, even though I've had it spoiled for me just because neither of us have watched it. But at some point, I will watch it and we will talk about it. And to answer your second question, Sleek, I am absolutely loving Penguin. I almost did a bonus episode of Oz and Agatha either last night or yesterday. I just didn't have time just to talk about the most recent episode of Penguin by itself because I feel like I want to talk about that alone for an hour. And I thought I might need 2 episodes of Oz and Agatha this week. That's how good I think Penguin has been. The new episodes, Sophia Falcone has just stolen the show. And Colin Farrell's still doing great. So I'm loving it, man. I love the Penguin.
I need to watch it. Kev has watched it. I have not. Harl says, sister says better than the first Joker. I've not watched it. I've just heard not good things.
Better than the first Joker. Interesting. I will say I like the decision they made with the ending, but it sounds like the that it just wasn't done very well, that they left a lot to be desired in the execution of the idea. I don't even hate musicals, but generally speaking, the songs in your musical are supposed to serve a point. They're supposed to mean something. You know, it's not just karaoke night. Most musicals are not just let's play popular songs and not have it mean anything to the greater narrative.
I have no problem with it being a musical either. We've talked about that. It just sounds like they just missed the fucking mark completely. That's what it sounds like. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Here's a wild one though. It's coming to streaming October 29th. That's a bad sign, folks. That is a bad sign if it's coming to streaming that fast.
God,
not good.
Not great. Not great. I still need to do a video about that's. I have the 12 bulletin points of the weird behind the scenes, how there was virtually no oversight in this movie, all the reasons it came out as badly as it did. But I wanted to have watched it first so I could use that to add more context. But it's not a movie I'm willing to pay full price for.
2 weeks,
so maybe next Tuesday. I actually had a very nice meeting today with a certain fellow other egg that let's just say you'll be seeing 3 eggs on this channel, a lot more than just 2.
Hashtag the return. Is it too soon? Oh, fuck it. Like they're remaking games from 2 years ago. Like fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. Not only will we be having Danny out here, I don't know. So it may be once a week. It may be semi-weekly. He may join us on Mondays occasionally. We definitely got to get all 3 of us on a stream at some point.
Hell yeah. We've done it a couple times and gotten some good numbers, so we definitely got to do it again.
Yeah, so we still got to figure out what exactly it is we'll be doing, but don't be surprised if you see more of him around. Might be talking some horror movies with me this month, and then we'll figure it out. But also, as I've already teased before, TCAT Bingo is on its way to return. I got to get it set up. I got to find a new landing page. Danny had actually said that we could do TCAT Bingo here on dDweeb, but I felt like it doesn't really fit everything else that we do. So we're gonna probably have another a new channel in the mix where we'll go do some TCAT.
We'll get it all figured. Details are sparse right now. These are, what do they call these in the sports world? Negotiations are ongoing. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, exactly. Sources tell me
just reports. They're just reports. Reports.
Sources tell me bingo cards are actively being made. And yeah, I did tell Danny that he's been a bit of a hit around here. He's been getting some shout outs in
folks
chat.
Miss him.
Yeah, it'll be very exciting. I can guarantee you that in 3 years, when the next season of The Boys comes out, we'll do that. But we're trying to find stuff to do in the meantime.
Here we got which we'll get to one. We've got one we're gonna watch. But let's this is the Sparkling Z launch trailer. Let's just play this a little bit and see what we think here. seems really choppy. Sorry about that. My computer sucks.
Break through the limit! John! You're over here!
I love the music.
It's a hit.
Oh yeah, Fat Boo. That's the best one.
It looks.
It definitely looks.
clean.
It's definitely a sequel to that series.
There's Boo.
You're dead. Time to take out the trash.
The song is weird. Like the song don't fit the aesthetic.
Here we go, everyone!
What?
Kev's favorite character, Trunks.
What? 9,000.
Oh, they got GT characters in there.
Where? Oh, there he is. Mr. Piccolo!
Mr. Piccolo!
A weird trailer. It's literally just all like just really quick cuts of every power move they got, right?
Yeah, almost no gameplay.
Yeah. Let's just all like special moves.
Sparkling Zero? Sparking Zero. Okay. Yeah, see, that's where they get it, though. 182 characters.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
yeah, this. Oh, why did this game come out 12 years ago, man? I would have lost a month of my life to it. Oh my God.
That I'm in. I'm in. A lot of cell shading. It's over 9,000.
in.
Some good. We got some people, some callbacks here. Kev's in. Kev's in. I can tell.
Woo.
Kev's in.
There's some characters I've never seen before too, so it looks like they
there was a decent amount of
new
super
shows
characters in there. There were some super characters. There was a GT reference in there, I'm pretty sure. Let's take it. I kind of want this game now. Let's take a gander at the price here.
Dude,
apologies for the choppiness. My computer is just giving up hope on itself. Apparently, it's having a tough time. Let's see here. What does this cost? I want to buy it.
You imagine those games. That was the key to them is you had to play through the game to unlock all the extra characters, and then you'd have to do certain things that had actually happened in the show to unlock them. And oh my God, dude, I want to play that. Oh, let's go. Shadow, that's what I was saying before I saw the trailer, but it looks like it actually has some new stuff in there. It's almost like it's the same game. Yeah, dude, I wish you were here 5 minutes ago. I said that. I was like, how do they keep getting away with just putting out the same game? But I think with Tenkaichi, it's because or whatever.
Computer, come on.
Can I say that I hate the name Sparkling Water Zero?
Yeah, why wouldn't they just name it Dragon Ball Tenkaichi, Budokai Tenkaichi, whatever the next one is?
3.
It's a full price game. It's $70, buddy. You're not about that life.
No, I ain't doing that. No. Mm-mm.
I don't get the name reference. I agree, it's weird. Just watch the show. Shadow, I'm interested. I've heard there's I guess there's a couple like story points where you can get alternate things happening. So it's kind of cool, but I don't know. I might be in.
Yeah, they've really
can't be worse than buying fucking Star Wars Outlaws, which I did not do. I stopped myself. I wanted to.
They got to stop naming all their characters after food. Yeah, it probably is Sparkling.
Why Khalifa?
They got Kakarot, Raditz, Vegeta.
Khalifa was in Super.
Mr. Piccolo. And you put them all in the Frieza. Yeah, I know we're breaking news here. Nobody ever made that connection before, right? Look at that. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, everybody's got their thing, man. Leave them alone, bro. Yeah, well, in California, so now they have to acknowledge that you don't own it. So the one good thing California's done for us in the last 10 years is pass a law where they have to acknowledge that.
That
Physical
Prop
media,
65.
folks. Look, this is physical. I wish I had the box, but it came with a game, the Pokemon Yellow game. This wouldn't survive. This isn't real in today's society. Not real.
You can get a license to a PDF. Sexy.
Yeah, look, my mom brought a bunch of my video games out, my old school ones, and look, you know what this is? Fucking physical.
Ooh.
And that is a fucking the Legend of Zelda 2 copy of a game. That's real life.
Well, I bet that probably runs you a pretty penny.
It's not in great shape, which is unfortunate. It's kind of beat up. I mean, I bet it's worth something. Maybe not a ton, but I agree, Shadow. Stop buying digital. I've been pounding the drum for years. And people started to realize it when they lost Concord of all fucking games, when their Concord license was revoked. That's the fucking game. Whatever.
Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah. Didn't well, apparently neither did Sony.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, they're just stupid. Have we talked about that before? Has it been a week yet since I've ran?
Hey, we haven't discussed them in a bit.
Sony is bunch of idiots.
This is the correct thing, Shadow. Be a collector, make you money in the future. I just like to have stuff to have stuff. I think it's cooler that way. I like to show it off.
But it doesn't hurt either in a pinch if you happen to have a collection, then you gotta make some moves.
You say that, but I have 180 babies that are worthless.
Man, well, you got to know when to get out of the market.
Yeah, you know? there's a moment. That was the late 90s. God, they were something. I remember that craze.
Dude, what a horrible thing.
Furbies?
Wrong age for that, because my parents would get me those stupid Beanie Babies, but I was at the age where I was either taking cars and kind of smashing them together to see which ones would break, doing like a little demolition derby. Or, I was, you're in that, you're breaking shit, you're drowned in Terminator in the bathtub. If it's a collector's item, dude, why are you giving it to me when I'm fucking like 8 years old? I'm going to beat the shit
you're
out
breaking
of that
it. Yeah, it's a fucking toy to you. Give you a plastic fucking cup to chew on.
Yeah, dude, just give me a Happy Meal toy, dude. I'm going to break it in an hour. Some of those things will have their time. Yes, they will. They're like the rare ones, especially. And honestly, you could just find a personal collector. There might be someone out there who's like, I need that
somebody
one.
that needs one, and you're like, well, you have to take the other 75 with them.
Yeah.
Sleek, this is a great comment. Good thing we don't do any stupid stuff like that. Anybody want to buy an NFT? I did make money on NBA Top Shot NFTs. I played that pretty well. Got in, got out while it was hot.
Ooh.
But other than that,
yeah, like how many comic book collectors maybe got rid of some of their stuff during the dark ages when Marvel was selling their rights to everything?
There was a time where it wasn't worth anything anymore. Pokemon cards 5 to 7 years ago were worthless. Yeah, they'll keep you warm when your gas bill gets shut off.
You can also light them on fire. That's why I haven't sold any of my baseball cards yet. So I'm going to use them as currency in the end time. I'll be like, hey, dude, give me a little gasoline for this Frank Thomas rookie card. Come on,
Come on, don't let me die out here. Come on.
Unlike Fallout thinks we're going bottle caps.
Pity me, please. Pity me, please. Pity me, please. Back to the Joker.
Oh God.
Made $7 million last week. 81% drop from its $37.8 million opening weekend, so it didn't make shit anyway. Worst second weekend decline in comic book movie history, other behind the Marvels, which I've also not seen, nor do I give a fuck about.
Oh yeah, never gonna see that movie.
It's made 22.7 overseas. Woof.
You get what you fucking deserve.
Full current global haul is 165.3 million on a reported $450 million budget.
This I don't understand again why this movie was made outside. Okay, let me take that back. I know exactly
all of
why it was made.
it's just
It was a
it's
studio
all
decision. Todd Phillips
yeah.
himself said he didn't want a sequel when he made it, and it almost feels akin to when Warner Brothers forced the Wachowskis to bring the Matrix out of when they resurrected the Matrix, and they kind of tanked their own movie. Narratively speaking, even, you know, part of that movie was about Warner Brothers forcing Neo to make a game out of his life. Like they're very on the nose. This feels in the same way. Like Todd Phillips was almost like, I told you I didn't want to make a second one. You're making me make a second one, so I'm gonna just flip the table. You know, I'm just, you know what? You get, well, you don't like Incel Joker. Well, guess what? He's not the Joker, so you win. Guess what? And guess we're doing a musical, and not even a musical that would make sense in the way that you would structure a musical. As I think Headbug mentioned in comments, like it was not a musical. It was a drunk dude doing karaoke. That was the movie. It's my understanding, with a little bit of Harvey Dent mixed in.
Sometimes just like Headbug, I don't acknowledge any Toy Story after 3.
Why are we getting? Ooh, Kang wants to see Shadow play Silent Hill 2 remake.
Hopefully with the fog on.
Yes, with fog on. Otherwise, it's just a walk in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it is. What a world we live in. Okay. Where's my next thing? Okay. Kev, something I really want to talk about. Have you seen the Nintendo alarm clock that was announced? Major news last week.
No, but if it plays Mario's theme, I will gladly use that. That would get me out of bed every day. A little
It'd probably be the most disappointing thing ever if you get Mario's theme and then you have to go to work.
And when you snooze it does like the growing sound.
Yeah, wouldn't that send you down that'd spiral me down a fucking hole?
or the wahoo, yeah. When you snooze it either needs to go shrunk, 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 or wahoo. Or you turn it off. Here we go.
It's me, Mario. I can get so annoying.
Give me that. Yeah, no.
This is Nintendo Sound Clock Alarmo, an interactive alarm clock that's out of the ordinary.
Out of the ordinary, Kev.
So it spies on me.
Let's see what it's like to wake up with Alarmo.
Save me, Mario.
Oh, yeah.
Please help me, Luigi.
A little dance in the morning.
Do you hear that?
Do I hear that? Yeah.
The alarm is going off. But
I hope I
Alarmo
hear it.
doesn't just play music to start your day.
Oh.
Oh, that gets so annoying.
That's right. It responds to your body's movement with game sounds. Right here with the sound of coins from Super Mario Odyssey.
Until you hear, get the fuck out of the bed! If I hear that damn chicken one more time, I hear those stupid coins jiggling. I swear to God, I'm ripping that alarm clock out of your walls.
With the sound of ink splats from Splatoon 3.
No, I don't care about Splatoon. That's not what I care about.
Do this, but with Contra. I want Contra sounds. Just gonna wake up in a war zone
5
every day.
games.
And here, from
Zelda
The Legend
here, see.
of Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
If I woke up to
The
this
music combines
and then
with sound effects
had to go to
created by
work,
your movement, so you
the
can
depressive
start the day
hill, the
feeling
roller
like
coaster
you're in
I'd
the
be on would
kingdom
be
of
so
Hyrule.
bad. If I didn't walk out and get ready to fight Ganondorf, I'd be so pissed off.
Yeah, this is counterintuitive.
And
I
when you
need-
get out of bed,
I want to dream about Zelda, not wake up and be tricked into thinking I'm in a video game for 5 minutes.
I'm gonna be Link.
Yeah.
oh, a fanfare plays and the alarm comes to an end.
Holy fuck,
Oh.
dude. They gave our generation shit for everybody getting trophies. Now kids need applause for getting out of
You
bed.
see,
I do,
Alarm
yes.
detects movement
Jesus.
with its motion sensor.
I do. I need
Therapist.
applause for waking up, Kev. It's fucking
And
tough out
responds to your
there.
actions with sounds.
You did it. Way
This
to
goes
go. I'm proud
on.
of
You
you.
get out of bed,
This goes on for another 2 fucking minutes. Let's see. I think they're okay. We got some alarms here. Let's go to this. Alarms.
You can set an alarm inspired by 5 games. Super Mario Odyssey.
Wahoo! Wahoo!
Pikmin 4.
This wouldn't wake me up.
Those weird sounds would definitely
Splatoon
wake me
3.
You'd be like, what the fuck is
up.
happening?
I think, why are the little gremlins running around in my room?
Ring Fit Adventure.
Ring Fit's a weird one.
I knew these guys would show up.
And The Legend of
give me
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Wake up, Link.
Oh, wake up, Link.
Where's the
Each game features 7 alarm varieties known
We
as
need
seeds.
other games to be represented. I want a BioShock
And they
alarm
all
clock
have
that
their
says, "Would you
own
kindly
combination
get
of
your lazy
music
ass out
and
of bed?"
sounds. And
The
when you connect to
BioShock,
the internet,
what's
you
the
can get
saying in
more alarms
BioShock?
as free updates as they become available.
I can't remember what it's that they say to get you to do stuff. Can't
Yeah,
remember.
would you kindly?
Would you kindly? That fucking scared you. Would you kindly get out of bed? Yep, I'm getting the
Yeah.
fuck out of bed, bud. Getting the
And then
fuck
when
out
you
of
get
bed.
out of bed, you hear Andrew Bryan say, "Is a man not worth the sweat of his brow?" Or whatever. Metal Gear Solid. Okay, yeah, Shadow. That idea wins, honestly. Snake.
That'd be good
Like
to
if
see
you
what
if
else.
you don't get up in enough time, you go, Snake, Snake.
Let's see, what do we got here? What else is? I don't know what else they show here.
Which play when you get into bed and help you wind
Oh,
down.
some sleepy sounds.
Yeah, see,
I
this
could
is
fall
when
asleep to that sound.
Yeah, send me into
Records,
dreamland.
which keep a log of your sleep and movement.
Yeah, let's go back to
while
that.
in-
Thinking about Mario, I don't need it to
Wind
wake
down.
up.
Besides the alarm function, Alarmo is packed with features to support you throughout the day,
Especially
such
Pikmin.
as
Sleepy sounds.
sleepy sounds. which
Because
play when you
fuck
get into
having your
bed and
mom or
help you
dad read
wind
you a
down.
bedtime story.
Fuck
The
that shit. AI's
Nintendo
taking
alarm
over
will do it.
anyway.
Records,
Whoops, I just kind
which
of thought
keep a
about
log of
that.
your sleep and movement.
Tracking your sleep and shit. What do we got going on here? What else? Anything else?
It's good stuff.
Relay chime, which features various Nintendo characters signaling the top of the hour.
That just scare the shit out of me. Is what that would do. It'd fucking
Yeah, you just hear.
Add some
Wahoo!
play to the start of your day.
Yeah, just 4:00 in the afternoon.
Alarmo.
Woohoo!
For
Yeah,
a
if he just
limited
does
time,
4, like,
Nintendo Sound Clock Alarmo is only
Wahoo!
available for purchase online by paid Nintendo
Oh,
Switch
Luigi!
online members
Like,
in
oh,
the
it's 4
US
o'clock.
and
Okay,
Canada.
great. Thanks.
Starting today, Nintendo Sound
Starting today. All right, Kev.
Jesus.
Are you getting the Alarmo? Because I'm fucking getting it.
There
I'll
are
put it in my
certain
living room just to piss it off. Like it's never gonna know.
Sit it next to your Alexa. There are certain items that when I see them, I think, okay, I can't wait to have kids. That'll be an excuse for me to buy that. And this alarm clock is not on the list. Okay, you did not make the list, alarm clock. No,
That's crazy.
Nope,
That's
doesn't work
fucking
for me.
crazy.
I wake up to Galvanized by the Chemical Brothers, and I will never change that. All right. The time has come to push the button, world. All right.
I'm here for it. Listen, the depressive ride is real for me. So let's make me think I'm going out to Hyrule to save Zelda every morning and being depressed when I have to make breakfast and coffee. When I can't open up my satchel and there's 25 pre-cooked meals in there to increase my stamina.
You're all out of rubies.
No rupees around these pots. I want it. I want it just for the look. Like I think it just looks fucking cool. I don't want it to do all this shit. Like no thanks.
I think I'd rather have an antique. Give me an old wall clock with just Mario on it. Give me that instead. We're going old school, baby.
Oh well, if I
Coming back.
Fair enough.
Yeah. When we said not digital, I meant clocks as well. All right. Because the time may come where we should know how to tell time without just reading numbers off.
We're
So,
fucked.
give me an analog clock, but with Elvis, and he just dances the hip swing every half an hour.
I'd end up shouting at it. What have you got to Yahoo about, you little shit?
Yeah, you shut the fuck for the love of God.
love of Christ.
Alarm clock.
Okay, I'm in. Kev's out.
Shocking news. The curmudgeon doesn't
Curmudgeon's
want the
out.
happy sounds to bother his daily brooding.
Stunned. Okay, Kev. And then the biggest news of the day, because this just came out a few hours ago. Invincible Season 3 trailer. Shall we, Kev?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to.
Hopefully my internet can handle this. We're
No whammies.
gonna do a good old. Let's do a good old fashioned preview review here, Kev. Let's review the preview. We know that everybody in all the fans know the rules. We know how this works, right?
Yes. Everything's made up and the points don't matter. Welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Bingo. This is, folks, preview review for. That's a hell of a way. This is the beginning of it. I love that it's Z. That's the social media Z.
Oh yes, dude.
That's
I
fucking
love
great.
That. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Preview review for Invincible Season 3 trailer just came out today.
Oh, hey! We have these things called doors that normal people use all the time. You should try them.
We also have these things called Viltrumites. You should try winning a fight against them sometime.
Okay,
Ooh,
too
got
soon,
him.
Cecil.
Ooh.
Also, how much does it cost every time you teleport? Isn't that taxpayer money?
Do you know the gross economic output of Liechtenstein?
Not even a little.
More than that.
Okay, well that seems really
It's
irresponsible.
been months, Mark. Months since 2,000 retirees got their vacation cruise ruined, and you got your ass kicked by some second cousin of your dad's who dropped in to prove a point.
Hey,
That point being that she could kick your ass without breaking a sweat.
that's not nice.
Not only that, but she promised Mr. 10 times worse was on his way. So what exactly have you been doing to prepare? There's only 8 billion people counting on you.
Hey, I've been busy.
Busy doing what exactly?
Well, I've been busy writing, designing, storyboarding, voice acting, key posing.
Hey, no, stop. I'm not falling for that shit. Who do you think I am? Some pickle-hating, one-eyed rube from planet Just Let the Viltrumites Win?
I don't think that. What?
No, I bet you don't. And don't even get me started on your little 4-month vacation right in the middle of things. We all sure love that. You have some mayonnaise?
Okay, it was more like 3.5.
This is life or death, Mark. People are counting on you to live up to your obligations. So what exactly are you doing to get ready for what's coming?
I'm stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. And why I shouldn't leave a 19-year-old in charge of Earth's security. All right, we're taking over your training.
Training? What training?
What training? Okay, how about weightlifting, cardio, speed, damage resistance, flexibility, battle tactics, reactions, and punctuality?
What is this animation?
So much stuff. Okay, when is this all gonna start?
I thought you'd never ask.
Come on.
We're a top secret organization, Mark, and we learn from our mistakes.
Well, I need to know when to show up.
Fine. Lights.
Much better. Still can't believe I have to exercise.
Wow. Okay.
That was
Yeah, sure was. Whole lot of for me. No mid-season break.
Okay,
That's great. That's great. At least they learned that lesson.
Official Season 3 teaser trailer. Okay, Kev.
Yes.
Woof. Give me a review.
I don't hate the idea of doing just a quick conversation between two of the main characters that sort of sets the stage for a couple of reasons, right? With some of the things that we talk about, just in case you're new here, we love it when you don't spoil the plot too much, which would normally be a reason to do something like this. You just show one scene
they didn't. No
from it
spoilers from the
instead
plot,
of.
yeah.
I mean, but they did give us some. That's the thing. I mean, just a little, not enough. Like I was okay with it. Honestly, he talks about his cousin coming down, beating him up, and making a threat that someone bigger and better was coming. But just the idea that Mark, after the way the last season ended, would still be a whiny, like weirdo teenager after he was almost
Killed.
spoiler alert, beaten to death, and like a thousands of people died in the fight between him and his father. The fact that, like, I thought we were beyond that. As a fan of the comics, I haven't read every single thing from beginning to end, but Invincible does grow up. You know, he's becomes an adult at some point. It just feels like they're stretching out this whole teenager thing maybe a little much. I don't know. That didn't get me excited about a show that generally I have
really
liked.
like
I know Chang said it fell off hard. I do think that, season 1 was better. But
I think as Omni-Man, I think there's no question about that Omni-Man makes season 1 much better.
Yeah, and this I'm not super hyped for this. I really thought they would do something. I just there are so many cool characters in Invincible. It's sort of like I love Invincible and The Boys just because it's something different in the superhero realm, and Invincible doesn't have that same, just like, it's not jaded to the point where it hates superheroes and the whole point of it was just to shit on superheroes. It just wanted to be different, and I thought it did a lot of cool things throughout its run. And I don't know exactly where they're going with this, but I was excited when I heard about the new season starting, and then the trailer has unfortunately not done anything to help that. If anything, it's maybe lessened my excitement a little bit. James, how do you feel about it?
That was not what I was expecting.
I think,
that was God, I don't know how to feel about that. That was not what I was expecting. There's a lot of meta humor there. There's the jokes about animation not being finished, jokes about his break in between seasons. They had the mid-season, like 3.5 month break in the last season. I like the thought of the idea. I do not like the weird animation they did.
I didn't like that.
Sneak some action in there. Like it's very boring. Yeah.
What I thought they were doing is when Cecil asked him, "What have you been doing to train for the last few months?" I thought that was when we were going to cut to some of the action to see what had happened.
Bang, 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 and then be
exactly. And then him just be like, "Oh, stuff or whatever." He wouldn't say.
I like in theory. I like the idea better than the execution of this for sure.
Yep, I would agree. That's my take as well. I hate
not good
when ideas like this are this poorly executed. It's almost
go awry.
Like it's like how I feel about the Joker sequel, where it's like, oh, I like what you were trying to do, but you did it so poorly that now other people won't be able to do these things that are unique because nobody's going to pay for it to be done again because you fucked it up. So
I agree with that.
Yeah, I will stay cautiously optimistic on this one, but I feel like Invincible's going to hurt me now. I don't know, man.
Cautiously optimistic's the best way. It's it wasn't good. Not
4
good.
out of 10 trailer.
4 out of 10.
Not good. Not good.
4 out of 10. I'm out. That sucked. That's disappointing.
Come back to give us something between now and February, please. Give us. God, what was that?
Been a real Debbie Downer starting the show. Jeez. Wow. Okay, folks.
It's like a shot of adrenaline about an hour in, that trailer was.
Yeah, that's how death by Invincible trailers. Maybe is that what they're watching in the expulsion rooms?
I think that editor is going to get put in an expulsion room after this.
That was what a deal. Okay. All right, Kev. And on that note,
And on that happy note,
got anything else we want to discuss? That's
you
everything I
know,
had on deck tonight.
yeah, we've got the stuff coming. You know, I might, if again, I will just say to anybody who hasn't been watching The Penguin, if you have HBO Max, get on that.
Kev loves
Give that a watch. And I think there's one more episode. I have not yet watched episode 3 of Uzumaki. Once I will watch that. I might watch that tonight, actually. My plan is, since it's only 4 episodes, to just talk about the whole season all at once. So we'll do either.
I need to watch it, and then we'll talk about it. I'll do that. It's not very
Okay,
long.
perfect.
Hopefully, you haven't watched episode 3 or have?
I have not watched episode 3 yet.
I'm wondering. I wonder if the animation quality is shit.
It's going to be closer to episode 2 than episode 1, just based on what we know. But
yeah,
again, the nature of the show, it makes it something that I think is easily enough to forgive, just because so much of it is kind of surreal and you don't really know what's a hallucination and what's really going on anyway. So it hasn't taken me out of it. At least it didn't in episode 2. We'll see about episode 3, but no, Headbug says episode 3 was when it comes to the animation. So that's what I've been saying in the server. Yeah. So yeah, which is true. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, no, other than that, I'm real excited about the future of the channel. Like I said, Danny is going to be here a lot more often talking about stuff with us. My buddy Noah, who has been on my old channel, Critical, he wants to come back and review Smile 2. I've been debating.
Yeah, there's some they're doing, you posted something about Smile 2 out in the wild. There's like the smiles out.
Yeah. They're doing that old, and you know what? That's something we can just chat about here for a second. If you remember the old viral marketing campaign from the first Smile, where they would send people to baseball games and have them sit behind home plate and just do that weird, creepy smile. They've started to do that again to promote the movie. To me, I think it's not nearly as cool. They're just, they don't seem to be doing anything new with it. Like, they even went back to baseball games again. So like, they're just doing the exact same thing, which I don't know, isn't great for me. If the marketing's the exact same, I already have a feeling that it wasn't a necessary sequel. It was this did well. So we'll go ahead and let's get a sequel made, rather than, there's more story to be told here. There's a vision behind this. This feels like a studio sequel to me, but I'll be happy to review it to finish that thought. But again, to add to the studio sequel, they called it Smile 2. Smiles was right there.
Yep.
And shout out, Noah was the first one to scream that into my ear in a voice memo. So shout out to him. He'll be on the channel. And I really need to, I've been trying to figure out how to repurpose, if I'm going to just re-upload old Critical videos. Some of them, they're a few years old now. And I hear my voiceover and I just can't stand it. So part of me wants to redo the audio and then re-upload those Critical videos here to dDweeb. So I don't know. We got a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of, at least a handful of horror movie reviews. So if you haven't checked out the old Critical channel and you want to hear me talk about some other horror movies, namely bad ones, go check that out before I add them to the main channel here. But other than that, no, I'll be on the lookout. 15 days from now, Lonely Legend will be released. It's going to be free to watch on YouTube. It's you guys are getting some special advance notice here, all right? Because it's kind of like it's like a secret release. So I'm telling all of you guys now. So that'll be cool. I'm very excited about that. And I spent about 6 hours on Friday filming a behind the scenes for an upcoming feature, probably coming out sometime next year. And I got to do a little of my own filming in those little back rooms. So I can't wait to share some of that once I get the okay to share the behind the scenes. So no, that stuff was really cool. And I look forward to, at some point, maybe even on this channel, or maybe it belongs somewhere else, but as that journey continues, I'm going to try to bring some creators into the space so we can get some behind the scenes and talk about what it's like to actually make this stuff. Because I've been learning a lot, and it's a pretty cool experience, and it could be interesting. I don't know. It might be. So we'll test some of that stuff out. Lonely Legend, could you nutshell it? Yes, absolutely. Think of it's, I would say it's a more in line of a dark comedy than it is a traditional horror. In some way, it's kind of like what was that Behind the Mask or Under the Mask? Have you guys ever seen that mockumentary where the serial killer has like a college student following him around? It's not a mockumentary by any means, but Lonely Legend, it's essentially there's this town where every so many years the big bad monster villain guy Impervious comes through to decimate the town. And Lonely Legend is about, you know, this new iteration of Impervious and going through, and it's sort of it's an interesting character piece. So it's about this guy, you know, broad strokes, who doesn't want to be a killer, whose family is forcing him to be a killer, and he's going around this nearly empty town because the town knows that every 15 years a murderer comes through, so they have prepped themselves. So he is the Lonely Legend. Rise of Leslie Vernon. Thank you, Kangaloope. So yeah, so that's the broad stroke, the inside scoop. It's very indie, and a lot of bands were involved. So there are a lot, like for example, it'll be almost kind of like a good example to go up against Joker 2, to be honest, because this was somebody who, although the character isn't singing, he uses a lot of music to express the emotion that's going on. It's by no means a silent film, because we had a first run of it where it was a lot more music, a lot less dialogue. We went back in, reshot some stuff. There's actually a Clout Route cameo. Danny and I are in there as the Clout Route, so that'll be fun to look at. But yeah, it'll be an interesting little project, and I'm very proud to have been involved. Quirky, one of those at the horror festival, it'd be like in the midnight viewing slot, if that makes sense. And then the next one is going to be a more found footage kind of. He's already done a little ARG along with it, so a lot of fun stuff. And I can't wait. Once the cat has officially been let out of the bag, you know, we're going to have commentary tracks and all that stuff. So I really will share as much of that as possible with all of you. So you guys can give me shit about the stuff that we fucked up, right? You know, so I can prove that it's all fair game, right? Okay. But it'll be a lot of fun. Like Kojima, just like Danny.
Just like Kojima.
Kojima, let's go. Yes, it's pretty awesome, you know, to even just be involved in this kind of stuff. So very excited to share some of that stuff with you. And yeah, I filmed the behind the scenes, so I guess I've been tasked to do a little bit of a documentary about this, and it was wild. It was quite an experience. As soon as I have some highlights that are confirmed to be spoiler free, I'll get that stuff out. So that reminds me, if you're only following me on Twitter or whatever, maybe follow me on Instagram, because I'll be doing a lot more posting of that kind of stuff there, where it makes a little more sense. So at Kev Nevic _ on Instagram.
Mr. Kev Nevic _ on Instagram. Go follow him there for updates on The Lonely Legend, coming out in just a few short weeks. Kev, outside of The Lonely Legend, what else? You got anything else in the pipeline? Anything else coming up here that we should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, every other week now I'll have pay-per-views for Carnage Media from now through January. So boxing, we got a lot of stuff going on Fridays. We got MMA going on some Saturdays. So the pay-per-view links, I will share those. If you ever just want to see what that's like, we did the first 3 fights of the last pay-per-view were free on our YouTube channel. So you can go to Carnage Media right now at Carnage Media PPV and hear me in action, which is just describing the action that other people are doing. But it was pretty fun. We got blood on us in the first fight, so there's that. But hey, if you do go, I would love to hear your notes and feedback, so I can get better, so I can be the best damn play-by-play guy in the land. You know, I got a lot of bald competition in that sport, James. But that's it. You can find me there and find us on Bite Size Sports, of course, on Thursdays. But I will let our captain, James, tell us where you can find us on this channel. And James, where else can they find you, sir?
Starting back Monday, we'll be back at our normal time, 6 p.m. on Mondays. We'll be back to normal next week. We will also be back tomorrow night at 9 p.m. talking Star Wars Rebel on Han Shot First. We are watching the first 5 episodes of Rebels as Kev watches Rebels for the first time. I have not watched any of them yet. I got to get a lot watched by tomorrow. I will have a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth concert video coming out here, hopefully this week, if I can get this damn thing edited. Shot and recorded last night. I need to put some video and stuff into it. Fingers crossed. We'll get that out by Friday, but don't hold me to that. Yes,
you just
Carl,
reminded
you should
me.
paint the puffer pig.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you also reminded me, speaking of Wednesday, Puffer Pigs and Han Shot First, we will actually have a double dweeb feature tomorrow night because our dear friend Nate, who was making fun of me in our Facebook chat earlier, shout out to Nate, will be joining me tomorrow at 7 p.m. to discuss Netflix's The Deliverance. So as a former Indiana native and a current Indiana native who has done his fair share of paranormal investigations way back when, Nate and I, on a previous network in a previous life, Nate ran a ghost hunting show for us. He's done some overnight paranormal activity stuff. So we watched that movie together a few weeks back. I am going to watch it again tonight, and we're going to talk about Glenn Close's iconic performance in The Deliverance. So if you have not seen that movie and you'd like to know what the hell we're talking about tomorrow night, go ahead and check it out. Otherwise, we'll spoil it for you and tell you if any of it was actually based on a true story or not. Squeal
So
like
come
a
check
pig.
them
Not
out
that
tomorrow night.
Deliverance.
Big couple days here for the dweebs. Big couple days. Big couple days.
It's a different Deliverance, Sleek. I thought he wanted me to watch that movie too. I was like, wait, did I just drive 4 hours into Indiana and now this dude wants me to watch Deliverance? Like, oh God. I could hear the banjo playing on the porch. I was like, oh God, it's over. The spider just called herself a fly. Yeah.
Shout out everybody in the chat tonight. Sleek, Carl's, Headbug. Nate was in there for a little bit. Shadow. Cantaloupe. I'm just kind of scrolling here. I think I've got everyone. I don't think that we missed anybody there. We will be back tomorrow, 9 p.m. talking Rebels. Come join us. Come listen to Kev and Nate talk Deliverance before that. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. We got to get to 500, slowly on our way. So thank you guys for joining us. Headbug, I know you need to get to sleep. It's late as shit there. It's past 3 a.m. So have fun at work tomorrow. We appreciate you, though. Thank you guys. I was going to say until next week, but until 24 hours from now. We will see you guys.